Everything shifted for Golden State in an unexpected moment. Midway through a season seemingly headed for disappointment, the Warriors made a move that changed their trajectory. They acquired Jimmy Butler. Suddenly, a team that many had counted out sprang back to life, sparking talk of a possible title run. But is this turnaround sustainable, or is it just a brief surge? The energy in the Bay Area is palpable. One night, the Warriors are on the brink of falling apart, stepping onto the court with shaky confidence, losing games they should win, and hearing critics declare that their era is over. The next, they're surging, defeating teams that previously outclassed them. And at the center of it all is one of the NBA's most controversial figures, Jimmy Butler. Anyone familiar with Butler's career knows his reputation: highly competitive, demanding, and unafraid to call out teammates who don't meet his standards. Conventional wisdom suggests that intense personalities either save a team or destroy it. Right now, Butler's presence looks like the solution the Warriors needed. But the question remains, will this gamble endure, or will it implode under the weight of big egos and high expectations? If you've been following the Warriors' unpredictable season, you'll want to hear every detail of how one trade may have altered the NBA's power balance. Get ready for an analysis of the shock, speculation, and rising hopes surrounding Golden State's revival. A few months ago, the Warriors appeared to be a dynasty in decline. Their signature ball movement stalled, with defenders reading their plays. Shots that once fell with ease now clanged off the rim. Even on defense, where they once excelled, the Warriors became a step slower, allowing open shots that would never have happened in their prime. Steph Curry did his best to keep the team's spirits up, hitting impossible three-pointers in an attempt to create momentum like in their championship years. Sometimes it worked, but the spark never caught fire. The rest of the roster was out of sync, rotations were late, communication broke down, and frustration was evident in every post-game interview. Draymond Green didn't hide his frustration, questioning reporters, challenging the team's effort, and suggesting a major change might be necessary. Klay Thompson, still recovering from injuries, showed flashes of brilliance but wasn't the same consistent player fans remembered. Meanwhile, the younger players struggled to step up, feeling the pressure of the big stage. Each loss seemed like another step away from the Warriors' once unstoppable status. Critics argued the dynasty was over, that their window had closed with age and injuries. But loyal fans still clung to the hope that the franchise could rise again. Then no one, not even the most optimistic fans, could have predicted what would happen next. Jimmy Butler isn't your typical mid-season acquisition. He's been called everything from a championship-level player to a locker room nightmare. In Minnesota, there were stories of him pushing teammates in practice, challenging them to perform at their best, and leaving egos bruised. In Philadelphia, he famously clashed with coaches and front office personnel, although he nearly led the Sixers to a deep playoff run. In Miami, his leadership helped propel the Heat to the finals, despite low expectations. But Golden State? That wasn't on anyone's radar. The Warriors thrived on unselfish ball movement and team unity. Critics questioned how Butler's intense, no-nonsense approach would mesh with their style. If he saw a teammate not giving their all, he called them out. Would the Warriors really risk adding such a volatile personality to an already tense situation? Other teams questioned the trade too. Why give up Andrew Wiggins, a younger, more flexible player, for a veteran who might disrupt the team's chemistry? When Butler's unhappiness arises, drama often follows. Did Golden State want to invite that kind of potential crisis? Many analysts doubted it. But if any team could handle a player with Butler's personality, it might be the Warriors. Head coach Steve Kerr had experience guiding intense players to channel their energy into success. Draymond Green was no stranger to fiery emotions, so maybe Butler would find an ally in him. The trade caught everyone by surprise, leading to speculation about how it would affect the Western Conference. From his first game with Golden State, Butler stood out. He wasn't just scoring, he was orchestrating the offense, hustling, and adding a level of aggression the Warriors had been missing. Butler relentlessly attacked the basket, forcing defenders to try to stop him. When opponents doubled Curry, Butler cut to the basket, breaking the defense. Curry, freed from constant double teams, found open looks he hadn't had in months. The ball moved with new purpose. Curry shooting from deep, Thompson from the wing, Butler attacking the basket. Even secondary players like Buddy Hield began hitting threes off Butler's passes. The chemistry clicked quickly, as though they had been playing together for years. The transformation was even more apparent on defense. Instead of slow rotations, the Warriors now played with a sense of urgency. Butler led the way, stealing balls, pressuring wings on the perimeter, and diving for loose balls. Draymond, once again, turned his intensity into a driving force. He pumped up the team after big defensive stops, chest-bumping Butler and energizing the crowd. Each game felt like the Warriors were rediscovering the hunger that drove their earlier championships. Within days, they were on a winning streak, beating teams that had been dominating them. It was enough to quiet the doubters and convince a few skeptics that the Warriors weren't finished just yet. Behind closed doors, rumors circulated about tense exchanges and heated post-game meetings. Butler, true to his reputation, didn't hesitate to criticize teammates when they missed assignments or lacked effort. He would challenge them directly, reminding them that a championship team couldn't afford mediocrity. Some players found this motivating, others found it intimidating. Kerr worked to maintain balance, ensuring Butler's voice was heard without disrupting the team's morale. Draymond Green took it upon himself to mediate. As someone who was also outspoken, he saw a kindred spirit in Butler. The dynamic between them could either enhance the team's performance or cause a rift. Curry, unfazed by the new atmosphere, regularly praised Butler for how his competitiveness pushed everyone to elevate their play. Klay Thompson adapted too, stepping aside when Butler ran certain plays but rising to the occasion when needed. The younger players, feeling the pressure but recognizing the veteran's success, embraced the challenge. Some nights, after tough losses, arguments would echo through the locker room. Reports surfaced about a particularly intense film session where Butler pointed out effort lapses and challenged teammates to prove they wanted to win. Those players came out in the next game, energized, hustling for loose balls, hitting crucial shots, and playing like a completely different team. This pattern of confrontation followed by improvement began to strengthen the Warriors as a cohesive unit. The stats told the story of their quick improvement. Once near the bottom in several advanced metrics, the Warriors began climbing in both offensive and defensive efficiency. Butler's ability to attack the rim kept pressure on opposing teams, while Curry regained the freedom to punish defensive lapses from beyond the arc. Draymond found new energy anchoring the defense, directing players with enthusiasm. Critics who had mocked the Warriors for adding another intense player paused to reconsider. Analysts who had predicted a meltdown now had to acknowledge the results. The Warriors were winning, and more importantly, they were doing it in ways reminiscent of their prime, combining unselfish passing with targeted isolation, lockdown defense with fast breaks. Fans flocked to Chase Center, and home games against tough opponents turned into statement victories. Each one reinforced the idea that the Warriors might still be a championship contender. In interviews, Butler downplayed individual accomplishments and focused on the team's culture, expressing his enjoyment of playing alongside Curry, Draymond, and Thompson. Not everyone was convinced. Critics pointed to Butler's lack of a reliable three-point shot, questioning how he would fit into an 82-game season. Others warned of the potential friction between Butler and Draymond, which could lead to a major blow-up. But with each win, those doubts slowly faded. The Warriors showed that when intense energy is harnessed properly, it can be just what they needed. As the team continued to surge, reports indicated that the front office might add further depth, perhaps a rim-protecting big man or another defensive wing, to strengthen their playoff chances. For the first time in months, postseason and Warriors were being used in the same hopeful sentence. Thanks for watching here on Mindset Shift. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. We'd love to hear your take on this exciting new chapter for Golden State. Until next time, stay tuned and keep shifting your mindset.